Okay, so today we're going to find more the derivative. So we got to find the find dy dx of f of x equals sine x secant x divided by the whole thing of 1 plus x tangent x. So in order to do this, we must find the quotient rule, which is f prime of g minus f of g prime all over g squared. And we need to know the product rule, which is f prime of g plus g prime of f. So this whole thing is our f, right? And this whole thing is our g. So our f is sine x secant x times by secant x. So the f prime, so the derivative so we're going to use the product rule, right? So the derivative of sine is cosine x, and then just bring down the secant x, plus, and then derivative of secant x is secant x tangent x. Secant x tangent x times by sine x, right? Okay, so that is our f prime. Now our g is 1 plus x tangent of x, right? So to take the derivative of this, g prime, we know this is going to be 0, but for this one we got to use the product rule. So the derivative of x is just 1, so it's tangent x plus the derivative of tangent is secant square x. Secant square x, and then don't forget about the x. So we know our f of prime and we know our g prime, so we could put it in the quotient rule. So f of prime, you can either, I'm just going to use f of prime. Dy over dx is the same thing, so I could do f of prime because it's just much easier. So f of prime of x equals cosine x secant x plus secant x tangent x sine x multiply that by 1 plus tangent x. And then we're going to subtract this. And I'm going to put brackets by sine x secant x, multiply that by tangent x plus x secant square x. Okay, so if you were to don't forget divided by everything by g squared, which is 1 plus x tangent x square. Okay, So if you actually do the math, if you subtract this from this, this will cancel. Everything will cancel except for this. You're left with cosecant and secant x as the numerator, right? So you're left with cosecant x and then secant x all over 1 plus x tangent square, tangent x square. So this actually simplifies, right? The cosecant, because secant on the numerator, it actually simplifies because secant x is really the same thing as cosine x, 1 over cosine x. So it's like saying cosine of x times by 1 over cosine of x. So what happens, it cancels. So f of prime, your final answer, f of prime of x, or f of prime x, equals 1 over 1 plus x tangent x square. Actually, you can use parentheses. You don't have to put brackets. So that is your final answer. So yes, so first we need to know the quotient rule, and you need to know the product rule, and you need to know your derivatives of the trig functions. So if you know all those, you can easily go through this problem, and that's it.